Alright, so I believe we have some business to finish here. Yes, so we're most of the way through here. What's our standing? Something good. We have a 12-point lead. So we don't have to do perfect here or anything. Like, you can just knock this out quickly and then get on with our lives. And we'll try to do okay. I imagine, well, I can't speak for anyone else, but I am personally losing patience with doing these, especially these last two races, but that's also precisely why I want to get them done now. And then we'll probably wait a while to do the pro supercross stuff, honestly. I feel like it would be wise to I feel like in terms of progression in this game, it's probably wise to go for Supercross later than the other stuff, at least if you have the problem that I do with actually doing well at the Supercross races, which maybe not everyone has that issue like I do, but I don't need to get first or anything, but I prefer to at least get, I don't know, third. Whether I can pull that off is another matter. As long as we don't have the same person who's already in, say, second get first in these next two races, I think I'll be okay, as long as I don't do absolutely awful in both of them. Which is possible in at least one of them. I'll probably accept not doing very well in the last race. Hey, come on. I messed up a little bit earlier there, but don't land on me. Yeah, I fell behind quite a bit on that lap. That was also awful. Here's so that can mess someone else up. I think these things get occasionally reset in position. If you knock them out of their place. So I don't think they'll necessarily trip your one up on later laps or anything. I mean, I've fallen behind quite a lot here. I don't remember how many points you get for each position, unfortunately. Which means I don't really know how far behind I can afford to fall here. At least aim for fourth, ideally. Okay, well, that's two of us getting wiped out, so that's... and put in a very awkward place. Okay, I ended up being far behind on that as a consequence of me and someone else wiping out, which is very displeasing. I don't think I'm in a position to accept getting a last in this race, unfortunately. But we'll see if that's actually what ends up happening. Might be able to pull ahead a little bit. Not far behind or anything. I didn't press that. Controller, don't do that. Okay. What happened to... okay, I was interested in turning there, and I'm not sure why that didn't happen. I mean, yeah, I know I have a bike with awful cornering, but I mean, it didn't power slide at all, like I intended to for some reason, for instance. Not sure what happened there. Yeah, this feels like a pretty hard mulligan here. This kind of performance is what I expect on the last race, but not this one yet. I don't think I can afford this. And someone else just finished, yeah. Okay, well, apologies for that, but... I still don't have anything stupid happen, like, well, happened multiple times just now, granted. I feel like I'm pretty okay, I just need to not have big dumpings happen, like, completely missing a turn by not turning. Or do anything dumb like that. It is a fun trick, just getting a running start. It's a good sign that I tend to get the whole shot there, just in terms of I am using have an exploit to get myself an edge, but also in terms of it indicating that I'm not way behind in stats. Please, controller, don't do that. I didn't press that at all. My fingers are nowhere near the circle button, which I believe is how you do that stunt. Or whatever else that trick was. I'm still occasionally trying to do reloads that don't materialize. There you go, see that's how I want to make that turn last time. I was neck and neck with the other guy for a while, but... Again, I don't need first or anything, so I'm not going to be a perfectionist here. Getting a little... Not a good spot to go. It's probably better to try to take on the smaller mounds there and not pop way up in the air. It always kind of sneaks up on me for some reason. One thing that tends to happen when I get a little desperate is I tend to try to get corners really hard, and then bad things happen while I do that. I need to try not to do that. Yeah, I can occasionally feel the poor cornering on this bike. If I don't do any kind of, I see if I took that turn slightly wider, I wouldn't hit such a big mound. I think it might be better for me. But, why did they take the bumps on the left there? I guess you can get a better, maybe a better turn if you take it wider, but otherwise, it seems strictly worse to me. But yeah, if I don't do a power slide, I don't turn very well in this thing. I do have a pretty poor turning radius. But it's good enough, generally. If I have to turn harder, I just power slide it. I haven't entirely figured it out, but it is possible to do a power slide in this game and keep a whole lot of speed, like more than feels realistic. Yeah, see, here you go. That's a spot there where it's really good to... The AI pretty consistently takes that bigger jump, and you can gain on them by not doing that. See, like that was a really... I know it was a wide turn, granted, but that was still a pretty good turn in terms of maintaining my speed. Yeah, so there are two spots here I found where I can at least gain on the AI, because there are bumps of varying height, and they take the steeper ones. So if you just don't do that, you're fine. Like right here. So like that was pretty good. Okay, somehow first by multiple seconds. Not really what I expect to get here, but... Okay, well... So now we should have a pretty unbeatable lead. So we'll just finish off here. So, I guess that means we'll probably have this done momentarily. I don't know if I don't know how much I need to be ahead by to guarantee a win, but as long as I don't like last on the... I'll probably try to not get last, but otherwise I don't think I need to worry too much about how I do on this one. Also, 1 second, I'm being summoned. Okay, anyways. And now we're ready to do badly at races. Aw, man. Look at these guys with their better stats now. It does seem, I'm yet to really figure out how the progression is supposed to work in this game, because it really does seem like over the course of a championship, your opponents get progressively better stats, which I don't really know how to cope with. I'm not riding this very well either. Because, oh boy. Just try, I prefer to just not get last. That's the one thing I'm going to ask for. Take this wide, so you take this jump. We can ask for better than that, at least. But I think the end of this episode will mean the end of this tournament, finally. But yeah, so... It's tough to really decide how to approach this stuff, because it feels like it's very awkward money-wise, progression-wise, trying to do what I initially did, where I kind of bounce between all the different tournaments, where I do one event of one tournament and one of another and so on for a while, because that means I don't get any actual... Oh boy. That means I don't get any... This is a rough course. It means I don't get any big prize money until the very end of that, and I get a whole lot of it all at once. Oh. That was not a good place to reload, jeez. But, so that means that you get really awkward progression in terms of, jeez, when you get prize money. With the exception of freestyle, I guess, which kept me afloat for a while. But other than that, if you don't do what I did, where you just kind of do bits of each... Jeez, I keep cutting these corners horribly. If you don't do what I did, where you do a little bit of each tournament at a time, then you very quickly get it totally out of class, and it's not even a matter of skill anymore, it's just you have way worse stats than everyone else around you. And this is a game where stats make a really big difference. It's not like the one factor in how well you do in a race, but it's definitely a big one. I haven't found any good places where I can really get an edge on the AI here. Because in the previous race I found there were a couple places where the AI usually took a really suboptimal line. I'm yet to really find any of those here. Yeah. Wasn't sure whether I should preload there. Right here, for instance, the AI always takes that jump already, which is really good to take. That means that since they take, I can't get that over them. It's not a benefit to me. Where I can get speed over them. And this section here, every single time. I don't know why I'm tempted to preload there, because I think it's often a bad idea. Somehow I actually better than some of the AI that time. I feel like taking the left side of that bounce there might be good. Which I find difficult to do. It just feels like a really unnatural line to take, but... Great. Why did I spawn behind them? That's very much a bias in the game here. Yeah. Again, I won't want to get last in this race. I think I'll still be okay position-wise, but not entirely certain. There's the notion of having at least a little pride in my performance here. At least the point of not just accepting getting a last and everything. So I gained a bit there. So if I go on the right here, I'm not sure whether that's better or not, aside from how awkward it is of a path to take. I'm not actually sure it's better to have a smaller bump there or not. And goodbye. Yep. You can keep basically all your speed if you hit that jump right, but I have a really hard time pulling that off consistently. I'm not doing totally awful. I mean, that was a stupid line to take just then, but other than that... Nope, that was wrong. Okay, you can just plow through me. That's fine. Can I at least reciprocate that to them? For them to get knocked over too, in that case. Come on, stop hitting that thing. Why? How do I tend so far on the left side there? I would just don't get last. It's the one thing I'm asking for. That was not a preload. Whatever. Any pride whatsoever is too much to ask for. Yeah, I still easily won, so it was a bit dumb for me to spend time trying to not get last, but still, I feel awful for it. Whatever, we'll not touch Supercross Canyon for a while, I imagine. I'd like to at least be able to brute force it by just having better stats than everyone, if nothing else. Bleh. Okay, next time, let's cleanse our palate with something else. Maybe some Pro Enduro, maybe... Have we done any Nationals yet? We have. Probably not any freestyle yet, because we've already done a bit of that recently. How many are there for freestyle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6. We've done, what, 1 to 2 on each of these? And we've done 2 freestyles, okay. So I'll do one of most other things instead, except for Supercross. That'll be our final boss, I guess. Okay, Pro National maybe. We'll see. Bye everyone.